I'm 77 years old, and people keep asking me the same question. Don't you want someone, Bill? Aren't you lonely? What about companionship? So I tried. 10 years ago, when I was 67, I got a girlfriend. Everyone said it was wonderful, that I deserved happiness, that it's never too late for love. But here's what nobody tells you. I was lonelier with her than I ever was alone. Let me tell you how it started. My wife Helen passed when I was 61. Stroke. 1 minute she was gardening, the next she was gone. Those first couple years after I won't lie, they were rough. The house felt too quiet. Saturdays were the worst. We used to work in the yard together, have lunch on the patio, just, be. Without her, Saturdays felt like punishment. But slowly I found a rhythm, started going to the hardware store just to talk to people, joined a model train club at the senior center, learned to cook more than spaghetti and eggs, got a routine that worked. Not the life I'd planned, but it was mine. Then my son started worrying. We were having dinner at his place and he said, "Dad, you need to meet someone." "I'm fine," I told him. "You're not fine. You're alone all the time." Alone isn't the same as lonely. But he wouldn't let it go. Neither would my friends. At the VFW, Tom pulled me aside. "You're too young to give up, Bill. Too young." I was 67. Too young at 67. And honestly, I started believing them. Started thinking maybe something was wrong with me. Maybe I was taking the easy way out. So I tried one of those dating sites. Took me a week to figure out how to upload a photo. Another week to write a profile. But I did it. And when the messages started coming in, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Wanted. That's how I met Karen. 63, widow, nice smile. We messaged for a few weeks, then talked on the phone. She laughed at my jokes, asked about my train collection, seemed genuinely interested. After 2 months, we met for lunch at a diner near her place. She was easy to talk to. Told me about her grandchildren, her book club, how she'd been alone for 4 years. Driving home that day, I thought, well, maybe this could work. Maybe everyone was right. The first few months were good. We'd have dinner once or twice a week, go to matinee movies because they're cheaper, take walks when the weather was nice. It felt normal, like maybe I'd been wrong to think I was better off alone. But then small things started happening. She'd call in the morning, just checking in, then again at lunch, then before bed. At first I thought it was sweet. This is what couples do, right? They stay connected. But after a few weeks, something shifted. If I didn't answer right away, she'd call again, then text. "Where are you? I was worried. Why didn't you pick up?" One Thursday, I was at the train club. My phone kept buzzing. Karen. I let it go to voicemail. When I called her back an hour later, she was upset. "I didn't know where you were. I told you I have train club on Thursdays. But you didn't answer." I felt this weight in my chest. This guilty feeling like I'd done something wrong by being with my friends for an hour. Then there were the weekends. Every Saturday she wanted to do something. Visit her daughter, go to the mall, try that new restaurant everyone's talking about. And if I said I wanted a quiet weekend at home, she'd get this hurt look. "Don't you want to see me? I thought we were together now." I started saying yes even when I wanted to say no. Because what kind of person disappoints someone who just wants to spend time with them? Here's something nobody talks about. When you're 67 and you get a girlfriend, everyone assumes you should be grateful, like you won the lottery. So when you're tired, when you need time alone, when you just want one quiet Saturday to yourself, you feel selfish, ungrateful. About 6 months in, I noticed something. Every time her name showed up on my phone, my shoulders would tense. Not in a good way, in a bracing way, like I was preparing for something. One night she called at 10:30. I was already in bed, had the news on, about to doze off. The phone rang. I looked at it. Part of me didn't want to answer, but then I thought, what if something's wrong? What if she needs me? So I answered. Nothing was wrong. She just wanted to talk about her day, about something her daughter said that bothered her, about a doctor's appointment next week she was nervous about. We talked for, an hour and 20 minutes. When I finally hung up, it was past midnight. I just sat there in the dark, tired. Not from the late hour, from something else. Something I couldn't quite name. The next morning, Tom called. Hey, want to go fishing Saturday? Supposed to be nice weather. I wanted to say yes. I love fishing with Tom. We don't talk much, just sit there with our lines in the water. It's peaceful. But I knew if I went, Karen would want to come. And if Karen came, it wouldn't be fishing. It would be conversation. Comments about the bugs, the heat, how boring it must be to just sit there. So I told Tom I couldn't make it. That night, alone in my house, I realized something. My life wasn't mine anymore. Let me tell you about the money too. At 67, I was living on Social Security and a pension. I was comfortable. With Karen, I was spending money I hadn't planned for. Dinners out every week. $50, $60 each time. Gas. Birthday gifts for her family I'd never met. Then she wanted a trip to Branson. $300 for the hotel. Another $100 for meals. I didn't say no. How could I? But I was lying awake doing math in my head, watching my savings shrink. And it wasn't just the money. It was my energy. At 67, well, I'd wake up at 6, work on my trains. By 3 o'clock, I was tired. I needed to rest. But Karen didn't understand. She'd want to go out for dinner at 6, then stop by her daughter's house. We wouldn't get back until 9 or 10. I'd be completely wiped out. I'm just not as young as I used to be. She'd look at me like I was making excuses. My friend's husband is 70 and he goes dancing twice a week. The breaking point came about 8 months in. One night she just came out with it. I think we should live together. I sat there, beer halfway to my mouth. That night I sat in my living room, my house, where Helen and I raised our kids. I thought about sharing it. Someone else's schedule determining when I eat, when I sleep, when I have my coffee. And I felt panic. I broke up with Karen the following week. I can't do this anymore, is what came out. She started crying, asked what she'd done wrong. The guilt was crushing, but I told her the truth. I'm not ready to share my life with someone. I thought I was, but I'm not. She was hurt, then angry. For the first few weeks, I felt terrible. My son was disappointed. My friends didn't understand. But slowly, something started happening. I woke up one morning and my first thought was, what do I want to do today? I started fishing with Tom again, got back into my train club, had quiet evenings at home. And I wasn't lonely. No, I was peaceful. Here's what I learned. There's a difference between being alone and being lonely. With Karen, I was never alone, but I was lonely because I couldn't be myself. That's a different kind of loneliness, where someone's sitting right next to you, but you've never felt more isolated. It's been 10 years since Karen. I haven't dated since. No, I'm not going to, because I finally understand something. I got a girlfriend because I was afraid, not because I was lonely. Afraid of what people would think if I stayed alone. That fear drove me into a relationship that made me miserable. Now I wake up every morning at 6. make my coffee exactly how I like it, spend my mornings in the garage, or fishing, or doing absolutely nothing. And I don't have to explain myself to anyone. My son finally stopped pushing. "Dad, you seem happier now." He's right. I am happier. Not because I found the perfect person, but because I found peace. Listen, I'm not saying relationships are bad. But if you're 70, 75, 80, and you're thinking about getting a girlfriend just because you're afraid of being alone, stop. Ask yourself what you're really afraid of. Because here's the truth. Being alone doesn't mean you're lonely. And being in a relationship doesn't mean you're not. I have a friend, Ed, 79 years old, been with his girlfriend for 6 years. Miserable. "I can't remember the last time I had a full day to myself, but what am I going to do? Start over at 79? That's not love. That's fear. At this age, peace isn't a luxury. It's survival. My body can't handle the constant emotional labor, so I chose peace, and I'm not apologizing for it. Do I get lonely sometimes? Sure. The holidays can be hard, but those moments pass, and they're nothing compared to the loneliness I felt when I was with someone. If you're in a relationship that's draining you, you know you're allowed to leave, even at 70, even at 80. And if you're alone and people are telling you to find someone, you're allowed to say no. At 77, I finally learned something. Your own company is enough. You don't need someone else to validate your existence. You just need to be at peace with who you are. And once you find that peace, you'll realize it's the most valuable thing you have. So, no, I don't have a girlfriend. And no, I'm not looking for one. Not because I'm bitter, but because I finally learned to love my own company. And I'm not giving that up. You have one life, one chance to live these final years on your own terms. Don't waste them trying to make someone else happy while you slowly disappear. Don't trade your peace for companionship that comes with chaos. I'm 77. I live alone. And I'm the happiest I've been in years. That's not sad. That's wisdom. If this resonates with you, hit that like button. Subscribe to Last Chance channel. Leave a comment. Tell me your story. Are you happy?